Okay, hello everyone. Okay, all right. So today marks the first day that I am a Twitch affiliate, which means I just passed the probation period or the first step. So now I'm allowed to have subscribers. I'm allowed to have, the currency in the channel. I'm allowed to withdraw subscription stuff or whatever. I don't know. The ads, also the ads should run every hour, I think. But it's okay. Okay, it's nice. So there is a progress on Twitch. That's cool. It's good to see progress, and in a short time, I think the effort is paying off, and people are really helping with that. So thank you very much. Really, thank you, and thanks Mahmoud for the subscribe. Okay, so yesterday we have been doing a lot of nice progress. So what we wanted. Oh wait, that's not it. What we wanted in our project is to listen when I open a game, it changes Twitch to show that I'm playing this game automatically instead of me going through Twitch and changing it. And I thought I can automate that with the project that I'm building. So that's what I'm trying to do. So we managed to know that we ran a game and just a print that we want to update Twitch stream with some information. That's what we did. So now instead of let's see, instead of just trying to print what we want, we need to actually do it. And this is the beauty of this system, is that you can um, represent every part of your logic separately. So here, that's a source of all the new processes in the system. And this is a filter, just a gate to know what is it the event that we want to process. And this is the action. What is it that we want to do when this event happens? And the destination here is that we just print it. And I think this is just, printing is not really, doesn't really do anything. It shows us that the game ran. So we know that the rule is working. But now we need to actually connect to Twitch and change the stream. So how do we do that? Yesterday also we found Go Twitch API. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, so we found this, and actually it has what we want. So this is exactly what we want, right? So what we need to do now is to use it. Is there, like, what is the examples? I just need to see the example. The library provides access to Twitch API. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's look here. This is the API, and library provide the access to that documentation. Expand examples, fetch all live streams. So yeah. So you have a context, you have the API with the client ID, and with that client ID, no, we need a way to authenticate. There must be a way to authenticate, right? It's okay, but first, let's. Oh, there is authentication token that maybe I will get it when I create the app. Okay, all right. So what we need first is to define a destination. If you have been watching the stream, you know that we already have an interface that we need to implement in order for us to get an event and apply it. So here is the destination, and the destination we want to apply is the destination to change the stream information. So we are going to go to the destination, which what is it called? In the event, what did we call it? Stream info. So this is a destination which stream, and this will be package destinations. So what we'll do is to just create a struct, implement the interface. That's what we are going to do. So type struct and implement the interface. Implement the interface. So function, and we need, it's called send. Yeah, send the context and the event. Send the context and the event. Yeah, exactly. So now what we need is we need this stuff. Here you go. We have already a context. We need to create a client, and here you go. This of course is not valid. We have to go to Twitch and create our own. So also what we should do is read it from the environment variable. Oh my god, change around code. So we are going to os get env, exactly os get env token, and now I need to find a way to get these variables into the environment variable, into the environment here. API, and the API here, we need to import this, right? We need to import that, and go get, we should bring this library down, pull it. My muscle memory is still accustomed to the key bindings that I had in Hyperland, and I switched to GNOME because I just was spending a lot of time fixing Hyperland, and especially the portals. The portals is hell, because whenever a program need to do something in Wayland, it has to ask a portal in order to get the permission of the user, and then it takes a token and do whatever it needs with it. It's really not the thing that I wish for my worst enemies. Go get, come on, go get this. Got it. See what happens here? I just closed the terminal. I really need to get used to the new key bindings. It's annoying. When I do that, this import that, and this is import. Okay, so go mod tidy, right? Now require module. Okay. So if I try to go make run, undefined API. Yeah, but here it is. That's the API, bro. This is exactly what we are trying. Try to edit. Okay, so let's edit. Yeah. Okay. Make run. It's running. Okay, so here you get the client and the authentication token. You create a client, and here it's trying to do stuff. We don't want to list streams. we don't want to list the streams, do we? So this is client streams list, the first 100. Yeah, so this is just getting the streams in general, not my stream. What I need, wait, let's have it as an example. So let's just comment it out. Yeah. So what I need is to update, modify. So is it channel, channels, modify, right? Modify, and the broadcaster ID, which will be my ID. Oh, also we can specify that here. So it's the channel, and this is the channel, and then in the rule we are going to use it. We are going to like set it there. So let's do t.channel, and now we have this modify, and it give us a call, and call with, is there something to sing? Okay, let's do the stuff that we want to change. So if event doesn't have a title, no, if event doesn't equal, yeah. So if we want to change the title of the event, then do that, right? If the category is not empty, change the category. If, oh, it's called the game in the API, okay. If the tags, then change the tags. What else? And then call. Okay, so Copilot is coding the whole thing by itself. And then we are going, oh wait, the stream is called events.twitch stream info, right? Yeah, this is what the where the confusion is coming from. And this is not called the category, it's called the game. So let's name it something that we know. Save some buffers just to save everything. What is that? Game undefined? Really? Game ID. Yeah. Here you go. So what else is in call? Just out of curiosity. Broadcast ID, broadcast the language, content classification, is branded, tags, title. That's it. Okay, so we are actually covering all of it. We're going to hit the API with the authentication token and expect the response. What does it return do? It returns a response. Yeah, we don't care about that. That's, if we don't get an error, we are fine. We are absolutely fine. Yeah. So I think now to the crucial part, which is the part that we go to Twitch and get the client ID and the authentication token. Just a second. Let's go to the main, because here now we need to use Twitch stream info. That's not generic, it just uses this event. And what we need, the channel is called internal error, right? So internal error, yeah. So now I need to go to Twitch and generate a new Twitch app, client ID, and generate an authentication token for myself, export it to my shell, and then export it here, and then I should come back. This bit I can't do it on the stream because it's secret, because the authentication token is actually what controls, like you will have permission to control the channel. So let's first go to Twitch or Twitch developers console dev.twitch. Okay, login with Twitch. Sure. Authorize. Yeah. Why is that so small? What's going on? Your console. Okay, it's empty. Applications. Personal Instagram. Oh, I have something here actually. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I will be back in a minute. In a minute. Okay. Oh, wait. Right, back. It took a bit of time. Sorry. It took a bit of time. And it took a bit of time because Twitch asks you for two different types of programs. One's called the confidential and the other one's called the public. The confidential give you application ID and you can generate a secret. The public give you only the application ID. And I think you have to manage the OAuth yourself somehow. And OAuth is hell to do the negotiation. You have to like open URL and then you have to have a server so it can route back to it, and then you exchange the code you get for the authentication token from the server, from their servers. So it's not really that easy to work with. Anyway, so what I managed is that I managed to get the application key and the secret, and I added them to a environment variable, to a file, and I sourced the file to bash. So now it should be available for our program. All right. So this should work. Should. Stressing on the should. And I'm not sure if I should run that on stream. But anyway, if something happens, I can clear or regenerate the secret fast enough, I guess. Okay, so go run, or like make run. So let's run that. So we are running, and now when I open the game, I should see an event and it should update the stream. Let's see. Oh, I also got a new graphics card today. It's the RTX 5070. It's I tried to play Mortal Kombat 1 right before the stream, and I made the auto configuration and it's actually working pretty well. And as it should, to be honest. I don't know if it wasn't working as I expect. I should, like, this graphics card is not really cheap at all. Nvidia stocks is up 60%. So they're doing something right, I guess. So the shaders are compiled. Here you go. Can you just move to another? Yeah. Oh. So we didn't get output because we actually are not logging anything. But that means if I go to Twitch, shit, nothing is here. Nothing. It didn't update anything, did it? It didn't. Why it didn't? Okay, did we get errors? Because here we are returning an error, right? We're returning an error here. So whoever is calling this is getting an error and then returning it here. So this run should return this error if something is wrong. And this is if there is no error, return. So we are propagating the error. That's good. And we propagate it back to the callback. And it's the source that should print the error. The source. And the source should be printf. Yeah. No, this is error reading. When there is a callback, we should handle this error. Yeah. If there is an error, we should print it. Yeah. Because maybe there was an error. Maybe there was an error. But it was suppressed. So what we need is to print the error, and that makes us also notice that we need, like, urgently we need logging. When there is a rule that is going to that is executed successfully, at least we should get a log that says, okay, that was the source, this is the rule, it succeeded, these are the attributes that was evaluated, and the input and the output, and you just see the guts of the rule. So when you want to see it, you should see it in the terminal. It wouldn't be that silent. So we really need that. Let's first do that. Okay, so that means we need to run it again. We need to run it again, right? It's running. Here you go. Also, I noticed that it doesn't print anything after it starts. So in the engine, there is a function that's called the start, and this is the function that should be, we started everything. Yep. So we should say, here you go. Here you go. Error presses, yeah. 401 unauthorized invalid OAuth token. Makes you think. How would I get an OAuth token then? Because it's not in the page. So that means I need, so that's that one. Okay. That means I need to which OAuth token from application client ID. Getting OAuth access token. Yeah. How? Require access token to access resources. Depending on the resource you're accessing, you will need a user access token, true, or app access token. Okay. The API reference content identifies the type of access token you need. Yeah, I need the user access token in this case. The simple difference between two tokens, the user access lets you access user sensitive data with their permission, and the app lets you access their non-sensitive data. Huh. So which one is it? So if I say this is div, so which API, and I want to see where is it? Where is that part? The chat? No. Drop? No. Inside PubSub video broadcast? Video broadcasting? No. Nope. Which API reference? There is a reference page. Yeah. Here you go. And the one we are looking for is the destination. Let's go to the destination, and what we are calling is the channel modify information. Here you go. Require user access token. APIs that require user permission access resources use user access tokens. Twitch uses scopes to identify the resource. If the user clicks authorize, Twitch. Okay. Implicit grant app access token. APIs that don't require the user permission. Authentication flow. Oh my god, this is gonna hurt. This is definitely gonna hurt. But okay, wait, maybe this API, the client dot is auth. Yeah, authorization list. No, I need to get the authorization. But okay, let's see how. tokens don't last forever. Validating tokens for third-party apps. Sure. Register your app. Check these code exams to see how to get access tokens. Yep, that's exactly what we want. OAuth client credentials. Authorization code. Okay. Does it say here? What is it? So here, this is the client ID. You register, client secret, the secret generated for you when you register. Yeah, okay, these are the two that I got. These are the two variables that I got. So it's client ID and client secret. Cool. And now what do I do? Oh dear. I need another two libraries just to authenticate. Client credentials, config, client ID, client secret, token URL, which is okay. And then token, and you get the access token and you do stuff with it. Okay. All right. Okay, got it. Got it. My dog is dreaming. He's dreaming and he's like barking at someone in the dream. Okay, so I got the token. Where is the permissions? Where do I set the permissions? Where do I say, okay, like I need this token to have these claims or this? Yeah, the scope, this one. So so OAuth authorization code. Yeah, that's goddamn. So it's a whole server, right? Wait. OAuth client credentials. So this is like authorization code, client credentials, authorization code. If you're using the client register, optionally you may modify requested scope or claims. So here, where is it? The scope is set somewhere. Here we go. In the config, you can set the scope. Yeah. In the config, you set the scope. And the scope tells you what is it that you need to do with this token. And we know that we need to update modify channel information, and this is the scope we want. Okay, we are getting there. So first let's go to the sample example. Let's go to the sample example, which is this one, and we are getting these two. We already have them. Okay. So what we need first is auth, right? Authenticate. And that has a context, sure, why not? Context and return a client. ID and secret. Client secret, yeah. And then API. Nope. let's do this. Let's do it just as the example says, right? So the idea is that we just do it as this is. When it works, then you can modify it until you break it, and then you take one step back. So you have the config, auth config, and then you get a token, and then you do something with the token, right? So we can return the token here, token, and the token is a string, right? So here the client ID, the client secret, and we don't need that. It's inefficient, but it's not a hot path really. All right, so let's say we got the token. We return the access token, and we're good, right? Right? There's something I'm missing here. What does this do? What does it do exactly? Go get. Yeah, what does this token here do? Token source. Reuse token source. This is going deep. Source. Reuse token. Returns the token source, which repeatedly returns the same token as long as it's valid, starting with T. When it's cached, token is invalid, a new token is obtained from source. Source, okay. A new token is obtained from source. Token source. There you go. Get to the oh my god, where am I going? Where am I going with this? Here, grant the type client credentials. Okay. So if there are scopes here, is this the scope we want? The channel manage broadcast, channel manage broadcast, no. Let's, this is what we want. So actually, this was not correct. What we need is authenticate. Is the word authenticate right? It seems like it has a typo. No, it's correct. Okay. So you authenticate and you get the token and error. And that means we have to split that into two. Right? Actually, we don't need any vars. So if there is an error, you just return the error. Client. Yeah, and now you have the authentication token. You can use it down there. And actually the secret is not called secret, so that means I have to go off stream and change it, and I will be back. Alright, let's go through the struggle together. So let's source. Did I close the file? All right. Okay, sorry for the switch, but the problem is working with this kind of things that it has a secret and you have to be really careful with it. It's not that easy. Go run, or like make run. So now we get a nice log that tells us that we are listening, and then when you do this, let's say okay, started, but I see an error there. Just noticed an error. Yeah, failed to update this. Bad parental broadcast ID was malformed. Broadcaster ID was malformed. Okay, we are getting there. So that means it's not the token that has the issue, right? It's not the token. Come on. Okay, we are in a good place. So we couldn't update. So here, processing the event failed because the destination failed because Twitch stream info updating Twitch stream info failed because the Twitch API was malformed. Value must be a numeric. Value must be a numeric. What? The broadcaster ID. Okay, so the ID of the broadcaster whose channel you want to update. This ID must match the user ID in the user access token. So the access token. So that means the access token here is user ID. No, there's no user ID. Broadcast, nope. So what the hell does it have? Expires, refresh, extra, type, valid, is extra. Interesting. So this example doesn't work really? I have to go to the other example? Okay, so what's the third one? I never opened it. So I have client ID, client secret, authentication URL param, and the redirect. The problem with redirect is that you need to open a server, then authenticate, verify, please use more and cookie store, and then you open a server, and oh my god, handle login. Oh shit. Holy shit. No, wait. That's just too much work. Twitch CLI. Maybe you can just invoke the CLI. Here, Twitch CLI. Download and install the Twitch CLI depending on your operating system. Use the following option. Okay. And when I install it, I can configure it. Okay. And secret. return the access token using your pre-configured client ID and secret. And that means I can call the API to do whatever I want. This should be simpler because that's just too much code just to get the token. Anyway, so Linux, please. Linux. Here you go. This one, yeah. Here you go. Downloads, save. Where are you? Here it is. Copy that, then paste that, and then give it execution permission. It is executable already, so Twitch. Now we can do this. Twitch a configure. It will ask you about client ID and client secret. All right, I will be back. We know the drill. Okay, that was a bit of a ride. So what I did is that I installed it, and then you can tell it to give you the token, but when you do that, it gives you the app token. So in order to get a user access token, you have to first set this URL in your program, in your application. The application has a callback URL, so you set that there, and then you specify this. So in order to tell it, so Twitch token, and then dash dash user token, and that tells us you need a user token, not an application token. And then the scopes has the scopes that you want, which is the permissions you want. So yeah, it should look like that. And I got a token. So what I will do is I will use the CLI. I will not use the token itself, and that means I don't need any of these libraries. All of these libraries are just a bit much. Install Twitch CLI. No. Yeah. CLI from here. Login with configure. Twitch configure. And what's the next thing? You configure it and then authenticate. Which token, and then dash u dash s, and what we need is this scope, channel manage broadcast. That's what we need. No, we don't need all of that. That's just too much. Yeah. So now we should have a CLI in our system, and we can just call it. So let's see how to call it. Twitch API. Thank you. And we're yeah. So Twitch API, and we are here. It's a patch, right? And it tell you, okay, what is it that you want to patch? What is it that you want to patch? Pass a body to the request and wow, it's so raw. All right, so request query params. I don't know, man. I don't know how to get my broadcaster ID. Maybe it was already printed and I just didn't notice it. All right. Okay. So Q and broadcaster ID is something, right? The next thing, the request body. And the request body is all fields are optional. Okay. Pass a body to the request. Alternatively, supports curl-like references to files. Whoa. Of data and JSON. Okay. Use the command API. Yeah, let's see. So get requests, post request. Your request is this. So Q, yeah. And then the body is some JSON, right? And the body, specify the body, post, blah, 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 blah. Okay. put request patch. Here's the patch. So Q, and then you say the key and the value, and you can repeat it multiple times. Then the body, and you can give it like a file if you want. The flag value is a string encoded JSON object. Yeah. So the body will be JSON. So that means when we want the body, it will look something like it's a map, right? It's a map. And then now if we have a title, you add the title. If you have a game, you add the game. And if you have tags, you add a list of tags, right? Wait, isn't that the same as just this with JSON and omit empty, right? So if we're looking here, it's title and game ID. Game ID, where is game ID? The ID of the game that the user plays. The game is not updated if the ID isn't a game ID on Twitch that Twitch recognizes. Yeah. That's a string. Yeah. So it's the game ID. And tags, just tags. And omit empty here should, when you are serializing, it should ignore them. It shouldn't include them at all. And actually that means you can just have the body to be just the serialization of the event, right? You don't need all of that. Already the JSON library is doing that for you. If there is an error, you return found error, failed to marshal for one reason or another. I never got the marshalling to fail in my unit tests, and always something like that wouldn't be covered with tests. Coding JSON and M in caps. Now you have the body. I need the broadcaster ID, but no problem. Okay. Now I have a library. I think it's in types. CMD. Yep. I need to execute Twitch. I wrote this type so I can run commands fast. And I need the args to be -q. It's -q, right? Yeah, -q and broadcaster ID equal, and then the channel ID, which is the broadcaster ID. And then this is it, right? Oh wait, no, there is, should be API and patch, right? Yeah, and then the arguments we need. New. It's there. I added there, didn't I? Types. I have it. I add it in the end. Where is it? Yeah, command. Maybe. Oh. Go get GitHub ML types latest. Maybe. Why? So it can't find it. Go mod types 005 and the latest tag 005. Maybe after this tag I didn't release it. I need to see all the commits, so I need to see them like one by one, and I need to see where did we release the new version. Okay, all right. So what I need is that I need to create a new tag. Yeah, all right. Types. Just get me the last one. So we switch to this project. We are going to create a new tag. Oh yeah, there are 83 commits after 005. Right, tag V006. Okay, on origin master and push the tag. Perfect. And now what we need is to have this as 6 and go get, which should pull the latest version. Let's see. Yeah, pull the latest version. Nice. And now command exists. Perfect. And the function is called the CMD. It is called the CMD. Just the type that it creates is called the command, and this is where the confusion was happening. All right. Body. Yeah, and now we need the last bit, which is dash body. Wait, is it Q or yeah, I need to just use the full thing. I don't need it to be shortened. The body is what we just realized. And we need the std out and std error. And this is how easy it is. And if we couldn't really, well, doesn't equal nil. Wait, this executes and gets error, right? Yeah, but it returns it as an error. What's the execution error? Yeah. Or is it standard error? Ah, no, it's not standard error. Std error. Yeah, so we have two things. We can get the standard error and the error that Go produces in case anything happens. If error doesn't equal nil, return it. And if standard error is not empty, we also it's not empty, we need to print this out, right? So there are two different ways you can get an error. Either you can't send the command at all because something is wrong, whatever it is, or you sent the command, it ran, and it outputted some kind of a standard error string. Yeah, and usually when a CLI is returning a standard error, that means it errored. Wait, let's have this as the command, and then command standard error. I remember there was like status. Exit code. So if exit code is not 0, that means it exited with an issue. And yeah, so command undefined error. No, error is there in CMD, right? Error. Okay. And maybe we also can print a standard error. Yeah, but if it didn't return, it returned 0, it succeeded, but still we have errors. If we have something standard error, let's print it. Let's just see how this goes. Maybe we wouldn't need these two cases. Maybe also error here executes. Yeah, so whenever you call any of these functions, it executes. But you can't just exit code also execute. Okay, so all of these functions will execute the commands in order to get the exit code, and in order to get like the output of your command. Okay. We didn't get the broadcaster ID. This is something I don't know where to get it from. It says that it's from the token. Okay, maybe I can inspect the token and I will be back, because it seems there is a file here that has some secrets. Let's see. Right, bad news everyone, the token doesn't have anything that we can use. The file is just full of secrets, but it doesn't have the broadcaster ID. So Twitch, and how do I say I need the current broadcaster ID? So how do I get that? Broadcaster ID. Yeah, look, yes. How do I get this number? Is that somewhere in Twitch and I just ignorant to it? Is that the thing? So is this something that is in the channel, in the account settings? Is there something there? So when I open like the channel, no. What the hell? Twitch, how to get a broadcaster ID. Yeah, where do I get this from? Use the user token against the user endpoints to get the user object that this will contain the user ID. The user is a broadcaster differently. Yeah. All right. Do I just make a request to users? Use the current token. Okay, so we just. All right. So API. I need to do that, right? So API and get users. Okay. Okay. So yeah, if I run this first, you get this in the standard output. You parse it and you get the data broadcaster ID. You get your user, and that means I don't need this. I don't need this, right? I don't need this because I will always change my current access token user. So that means we need a function that gets me the broadcaster ID, and that will be get users, and yeah, if exit code doesn't equal, then I need to return everything. Returns the value and an error. It's like optional. Everything, because everything can fail. There you go. Otherwise, it's a JSON. So standard output. There you go. Yeah. And then we can make it return the data we need, which is data, and then broadcaster, which is the ID, and this is in the data. This is interesting. It's inline structure, and then you unmarshal. There is an error, you return. That's good. If there are no user, we couldn't find the user. Otherwise, you get the first one ID. Yeah. The standard error. Okay, and then we use this to get the broadcaster ID. Broadcaster. Broadcaster ID. Broad. Come on. Broad. Yeah. Because here you go. And an error, right? If you get an error, you terminate. And here, use the broadcaster ID. So you get the broadcaster. You create the body. And then you run the Twitch command. You get the data. Yep. Okay. Let's look at that. Make run. Wait, is the game running? No, it's not running. Run. Okay. Running. Play the game. When it runs, I should see that the stream changed. Yeah. The stream information should change. Oh no. Failed to send event to Twitch API. Failed to send event to Twitch API. This one. So the exit code was in 0. It was not 0. So we reached this point. So that means we got everything we need. Yeah. It wasn't there. And there was no standard error, was it? Okay. Standard output. Okay, let's print everything. So the error and std out. Yeah, right. Standard output. Okay. We are printing everything we need, which is everything the program returns. And here, just in case it returned a zero, which is success, but still like had some errors. Okay, let's go. Let's close this and restart our program and play the game. Is it gonna succeed this time? Oh no. Okay, but it said something. Have you seen that? It said something about failed to send the event exit and the standard output unknown flag query param. Unknown flag query param. However, wait, it's Twitch API patch. Oh, we didn't tell it what kind of endpoints we need to send to, which is channels. Actually, we forgot to tell it that we want to update channels. And nobody said a word. Come on, I need people to help me here. So if you have like an idea or you have something, just let me know, you know? Save me time. Save me time, man. Stop, confirm, we are stopping. Did it stop? It didn't. Alright. Stop the game. Everything is fine, so when I run it. Also, let me close that. That's fine. Okay. The game is starting. Start. Oh my god. Okay, query param. Okay, got you. But so where API channels the query param is wrong. So here request query params, okay, and here so the full flag doesn't work, or is that like not dash and like what's going on here? Maybe it's dash q. Maybe it's dash q. I don't know, maybe they just forgot to support the long version. Maybe they forgot to do it. It's a bug, maybe. Alright, so run, play. Somebody keeping track of how many times we ran the program? should have a tracker. Interesting. So the target of the subscriptions on Twitch is 10, and so far I have 1, so I need 9 to reach that goal. Nice. Progress. Did it work? It did not work. Okay. Now we are getting that's progress. Okay, so the game ID is not valid. Okay, so how to get which game ID? Get the game ID of a single game. Yeah. So how do I do that? Twitch developer tools integrates Twitch and blah blah, which is the title. Call the games API. On the title of the game you are looking with the title the game you're looking for. Search categories. Damn. Okay. I need to get the game. Okay, so damn. So game get games by name. Okay, so it's get games. All right, so Twitch get games, and this is query. Have a nice death. No command for Twitch. Get is not a Twitch command. It's get, yeah. Which yeah. Twitch API bad request must specify the ID or IGDB ID. Right? But that's what I want. Is there like search? Come on, man. Game extension. GA games. Get games. This is required, and this is required, and this is required. So, what? 100 categories or games by specifying their ID or name. Here, you must specify. Wait, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong, exactly. Yes, I am doing something wrong. If we say that the height is 200, just to validate that this is actually the game. Yeah, it is. All right, okay. So yeah, I need this. Right, so another call. Interesting. So game ID, which will get me string and error as usual. API get games dash q. Yep, yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Yeah. No, I don't need any response. Oh, I need. Of course, I need the response. I need to pass. I need to pass the response. And all I need is the ID. That's it, right? And then unmarshal the standard output. And if there is an error, we are going to let's see. How do I do this? My God, it's a maze. Right. So let's go, and this is here. Yeah. Right. Okay. So now we need to get the ID. We just need to make sure that we have data, and then you get the ID of the first object in the data, which is, because this is right, this is an array, you get the first object, and then you get the ID here. Wow. All of that just to update my stream. But you know, the good news is that it's wait a second, something else. So we have been converting the whole body into JSON, but that means that actually this can't be game ID. Absolutely. So we can have the title, we can have the game, but yeah, god damn. You know what that means? We'll have to create another structure that is exactly similar to this one. Or we can just have the request, and it's map from string to string. That's all. If there is a title, add it there. If there is a game, get the game ID. Yep. And what's the last thing? The tags. Oh, the tags. God damn it. The tags are an array, so we can't have the map string to any. It has to be string to array. It has to be string to any. Anyway. T.gameID. Where did this game? Oh yeah. Name of the game. Right? Yes, really weird that we got it from the structure. And this is event game. Right. And if we have tags, you have the tags. And then you marshal not the event, you marshal the request. You get the request body, and then you send it, and everybody lives happily ever after. Right? So let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Right. Oh, the game is already running. Where is it? Hey, did you wake up? صحيت؟ انت صحيت يا ولا؟ Okay, he doesn't want to play. He does not want to play. It's too late for him. Although sometimes he just wakes up like 1 a.m. and want to play. It's very random. Okay. Get ready. Get ready. Ah, damn. Okay, like we are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting. Okay, so now what's the error? Responded with 204. 204, that means it updated, right? That means it updated 204. Yeah, okay, it worked. It worked, finally. Okay, but here we are saying that the endpoint, the standard output failed to send event exit status 1. Endpoint responded with 205. So it returns status 1 when it succeeds. What kind of CLI is this? 204 is created, right? HTTP 204. No content. Okay, no content. Okay. So that means when we are failed to send event to Twitch, and this is what the standard output. cmd std out doesn't include strings contain. Yeah, so I'm just gonna test that the string doesn't contain this thing. Yep. So quit. So now run, play. Now we are good. So all we need is that it doesn't return, it doesn't just print an error because it succeeds. Yeah. Error processing rule event destination failed to send the event to API. It's here. Why? Exit status 1. So API and then exit. Wait, the error says it's exit status 1. I see. So I don't think we need this. If there is an error, if the exit code is not 0, that means an error. But it's not 204, then we have a problem and we are going to print everything. Yeah? Yeah. All right. Again, one last time. One last time. Run. Play the game. What I should expect is that it should just not print anything because we don't have logging for the rules unless there is an error. I think so. Yeah. Shouldn't print. Yes, that means a success. We're going to work on the logging later. That means success. Okay, we got this. So that means this is working. This is working. Okay, we got it to work. Nice. Let's have a break for 5 minutes, or it's already around 11. Okay, let's commit what we worked on today. Okay. Wait, go mod tidy just in case. Yeah, there are things that we can remove from mob. Okay, call back and error processing new. What was that? Oh yeah, that's the source just handling errors. and Twitch integration. Yeah, yeah, right. We did it, everyone. Congratulations. Finally. Oh, thank you, Sharno. Thank you very much for the sub. So now we have 2 subscribers. Our goal is 10. Now we need 8 to reach the goal. And the followers, we also reached the goal for the followers. Nice. Okay, so let's set one more goal. Where is it? Manage goals. Okay. And the goals, we finished this one. The next one will be 80. Start a new goal. Thank you. And subscriptions too, we need 8. And I don't know about these bits and plus program, like enable them. I think bits is what you get on Twitch for money and then you gift it for streamers. And the plus program, it's about the subscribers, but not you. It doesn't count when it's an Amazon Prime free subscription. It counts only if it's like subscription from outside, like actually paid subscription. They have weird rules for that. It's so complicated that you have to go around it and like, yeah. Anyway, but we are done. We managed to update the stream. Now you can add as many rules as you want, right? You can just add as many rules as you want. In CMD, you can just add another rule for a what's it called? You have of course to check it, so you remove the condition, and here also you try to not do anything like destinations slog. Yeah. Fill. Oh my god. Here, message and anyway, so the idea is that you first have the rule, open the game, you'll get events. You need to print them by just having action.yield. Yeah, yield, and here also process. Yeah. Yeah, sudo there you go. Rule event process. Can you use rule process? Then Twitch stream. Oh wait. This is just all games. No. And you activate that, and then you open a game, and it should print the process information like a Mortal Kombat, and then you get the CMD of the process information here, and you do similar to this one. Yeah, so that's what you do. Let me show you an example. So we have this. Let's activate it. So we have another rule which is all games. Yeah, that's our So we activated both rules. So we have two rules and we activated them. And now you run the program. Okay, now it's waiting for games. So if I open, let's open something that is simple. Yeah, so here it cells. Right, the cells open. You don't need to play it now. You just thank you. Yeah, load, of course. We are in 2026 and the games is still loading. Come on, SSDs are fast. What are you loading? Okay. And now you can tell where is the game. So you are looking for the command. So you can, yeah, you see? The command is ./deadcells. Deadcells.sh. Yeah, so you just pick the process that you want to listen to, and you can match against any of that. You can match with the current working directory or the exe. The command looks nice, so it's really simple. So what you need is to have the if condition. Now filter dead cells, and we have a similar rule like this one. And now you can say also on Twitch, what is it called? Like, how is it written? Dead cells. There you go. So yeah, here. So playing dead cells. The game name is dead cells. Right? Or is it complaining? Oh yeah, it's complaining about that. Yeah. Twitch stream info. Yeah. And that means now with this new rule, when you run the program and you open dead cells, dead cells, right? So if we go there and we look here, here it is, playing dead cells. It updated it. And now if I exit dead cells, where is the game? This is game, where is it? Oh, here we go. Loading. No, don't download anything, come on. Quit. Okay, and we are still on dead cells. So now you go and open the other game. The program is still running. It will just recognize that have a nice death launched, and it's going to change the stream. So now you have a system that can listen to any process and update the stream with any information you want. Pretty cool, right? All you need to do is write the rules. Just know what you're looking for and write the rules. And now, have a nice death. Is the one that's there. So it's working. It is working. It is working. All right. So I think this is it for today. This is success, right? For me, this is success. We managed to do the integration, and we managed to add. You see, when you're integrating with another role, with another game, this is called a dead cells, and this is have a nice death. Have a nice death. And this is dead cells, right? So yeah, now you can have a rule for any game that you would like to listen to, and it's going to update your stream. You can also listen, it doesn't have to be a game. You can close Emacs, and then when you open Emacs and it knows that you opened Emacs, it switches back to coding again. So that means I can just close Emacs, open a game, gonna switch to gaming, close the game, open Emacs, it's going to switch to coding, and so on. Yeah, so I think we reached our goal here. Rename bars, add dead cells. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I think that was it for today. I hope that was useful. And now you can go to Firehose, the GitHub, and you can use this program if you are on Linux, because this works only on Linux so far, because yeah. And now we are done. So thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.